Turtle Club, good morning. It's Saturday. Love Saturdays. Saturdays are amazing here in the Turtle Cave because two reasons. Number one, it's actually what Digrat and I refer to as date night. And that means that at night, when I wake up, we have no responsibilities. We have no other plans. We set aside one day a week for us to just enjoy each other's company and to kind of hang out and catch up and do things that basically make our marriage work. Other than that, of course, also, it being Saturday means it's a buffet stream. And buffet streams are traditionally where we go until 9 a.m. We got a sick dragon that we get to talk to today, too. So it's kind of cool. But we go to 9 a.m. We go for 2 hours. But that's not exactly all the buffet's about. What also happens is that at 9 a.m. we go and do a few things. One, we check who all's watching the stream. Two, we check who all's liked the stream. And we add up those two numbers and we come up to some bonus minutes. And so, like, if there's 5 people watching and we got 5 likes, that's 10 extra minutes. But there's a little bit more. If we add any actual subscribers during this stream, like right now we're at 2,108? Yeah, 2,108. If there's any new subscribers that add today, we add that many more minutes. So if a new subscriber is watching, not only do they add 1 minute for watching and a second minute for liking the video, but they can add up to 3 minutes just for being a new member of the Turtle Club. That's basically just our thank you for joining us as kind of a, a bonus there. But there's also 2 other things that can happen. One, anytime we have a actual sponsor join the channel, we add time for that. Anytime the sponsor does watch the channel with us, what just happened to... YouTube just went weird for a second. Okay. Anytime that a sponsor shows up, we're going to give the first sponsor up to 5 minutes. And what I mean by that is when we do all the other math, at the end of all that, we're going to add their time for everything else, and then we're going to round up to the nearest 5. Finally, if any other sponsors show up, the way their time is going to work is they're going to add a bonus minute. The second sponsor to show up will add, instead of 1 minute, 2 minutes. Third sponsor will add 3, fourth will be 4, and fifth will be 5. So it can actually kind of snowball. We have 5 sponsors right now, and so if you're good with math, which I'm okay, we have 1 minute, and then that'll be the 2 minutes for the next one will be 3 minutes, and then the 3 minutes for the next one will be 6, and then the 4 minutes for the fourth person will be 4, which gives us up to 10, and the fifth person will get us up to 15 because they'll add 5, and because the first person gets a bonus to round up to the next 5, that means we'll get 20 minutes. So if all 5 sponsors show up today and just say hi, we're going to get 20 bonus minutes no matter what. And that's going to be a lot of time because we have this Thunder Dragon here, and we don't know what his problem is. We know he's a little sick. We know he's got a cough, apparently. And we know the Thunder Dragon has something to do with all the time crystals. So I am kind of curious what all this Thunder Dragon is going to be asking us for. That's not much of a name, is it? Synchro from the sky. Add a model number. LD Synchro 16. Okay, hold on now. Didn't you just say you came from the sky? So then you're the hero chosen by the goddess. He's quite ill, no shape to sing. So we're going to have to, So, not able to really sing right now. You there. On the other side of the bridge, you don't say. So is that... Huh. Alright, well, we're going to go exploration. And we know that these are not always friendly. So that's the infamous Tree of Life that they've planted. So if we can get across here, I bet that's a time crystal. And I bet because this game really doesn't like us with our grapple hook, yep, that was kind of a no-brainer. Huh. I bet we just fall right into the sand. Oh, no, we get all the way up. Sweet. Okay. Yep. Time crystal it is. Bam. Now, will this turn the other one off? It does, in fact, shut the other one off. Okay. So, first things first. Let's send this cube. Bye-bye. Somewhere in the distant future, past, present, that'll be absolutely going where it needs to go. Alright, so there's a dragonfly. No, that's not what we want to do with dragonflies. We want to use the bug net on the dragonfly. Bug net. Lots of important materials here. Okay. Alright, so we have a seedling. Which is fine and dandy. But what does that really get us? Anything? Alright. So, clearly the best place to plant this is in Faerun, right? But it would take far too long. Oh, but wait. Whoa. We have the Gate of Time in Faerun. So... Alright. We have the Gate of Time in Faerun. So, what we can do then... Aha. Alright. Think I know how this works. To the sky. Yes. Up, and away we go. Because Groose has been, like, doing a garden thing. Hey, Colin! Welcome to the stream, man. It's a buffet stream today, and Colin is our first sponsor to come in today. Our first badge holder, and that means that Colin is going to add a bonus minute for him just being here. So that's plus 1 minute for Colin coming in. It's going to be 1 minute if Colin's still watching when we get to 9 o'clock, and another minute if Colin likes the stream. And then since we have had a sponsor show up, that means we round it to the nearest 5. So woohoo! Absolutely! That means that Colin just coming in and saying hey today can add up to 5 minutes to this stream. So how about that, guys? We're going to go to 9:05 at the very least. Thank you for coming in, man. And I'm showing that we already have a like. So how about that? Alright. Descend into this area? Absolutely. So this is the way into the temple itself. Still not sure what all that's about, just as basically just a good place to get all sorts of butterfly spirits. Alright, sir, with the Goron pack. Maybe this is it? Well, they teach me to be Pavlovian about playing the harp nearby, and all right. It's going to take forever, he says. Well, thankfully, I've got a way to go forever. Open. Go up to the door, knock. Open sesame. Walk through the weird portal that makes no physical sense. What's up? I agree, Impa. I agree. That's what we're going to bury one. I wonder how this is going to mess with Groose. Like, on the one hand, I feel like it will, and on the other hand, time travel's weird, right? Like, okay, so, Turtle Club, I'm just thinking aloud, right? Imagine you're this evil villain that is just bent on whatever it is our villain's bent on, right? And we have all of this stuff to where we have time travel, they know we have time travel, things like that are being crazy, yada yada yada. So, how do you fight against an enemy that can travel through time? I mean, can you? Is it even possible? So, this is literally a tree of life. I will have you, Grasshopper, one of these days. Like, traditionally from like a science fiction fantasy world view. Yggdrasil, right? The Tree of Life. No wonder it's called the Tree of Life. Those things basically would be a tree that can cure any ailment, bestow immortality, basically bigger picture kind of stuff, right? And in my head, I have this amazing resource now. This product that quite literally can create immortality. And I get it, right? Link's a good guy. We play the good guy. And so things like immortality should be like no-nos, right? Who wants to live forever? You don't want to live forever. All that kind of interesting stuff that becomes a moral dilemma. But we're going to just go up to a dragon and say, hey, buddy, have this fruit that gives things immortality so you can get over your cold, and teach me a song so I can beat the really bad guy that's coming. But it seems like maybe we should make this thing into a smoothie first. Like go in halfsies. Like here, dragon, halfway get over your cold so you can like sing for a day or two and make me half immortal? I don't know. Just seems like if you've got that strong of a weapon, that powerful, and you have time travel involved as well, right? Because we got to remember time travel's involved. Like, at the very least, how about I just, like, cut the fruit up for you, dragon, and take the seeds out, and go make, like, 70, 90,000 of these? Give them to all the people in the world, and so when the evil comes back, we have, like, this invincible army to fight it? I don't know. I know it doesn't make any sense for the plot, and the good guy's supposed to have overwhelming odds to have to fight, and so, you know, all that kind of comes at a narrative cost. Lanrio Gorge. Yes. A whole Link army. Absolutely. Like, who's to say that, you know, I mean, we're dealing with time travel, right? I mean, can I just go up to that gate and just adjust its gears like a couple switches, right? Just step through the gate like a whole bunch of times and then just have like 50, 60 links? 90,000 links, you know? Yeah, absolutely. Make the Link army over 9,000 and then have at it. No, I don't need anything, but here you go. This is the world's largest organic cofflogens. Zing-a-ding-ding. Okay. Cool. Now is he going to make me go after Tad Twins? I hope not. Hope we don't have to do anything like that. Okay, so... Huh. I feel like the Water Dragon... Like... Pharaon definitely had a stronger task for us. Imagine he missed. Yeah. He misses, tosses it up in the air like a popcorn, drops behind him. I gotta go down in the... I'll be mightily surprised, he says. Okay. Why does that sound like bonus content? Oh, great googly mooglies. Turtle Club, I'm guessing that there's a boss rush. I didn't even think about that. Okay. Like, Twilight Princess had one. Why not this game too? Breath of the Wild kinda has one. Alright. So we left, we're going back. Let's see what old Thunderscale has to tell us. Actually, wonder what happens if we... Dragon's gone, yo! Oh, who turned out the lights? Oh. The dragon has an existential crisis now. Oh, an immortal dragon, and we just got rid of him. That's too funny. Okay. Let's turn the dragon back on. Like, now I'm concerned. Because he's an immortal dragon, and he just had a fresh piece of the tree of life. Okay, this has got to be boss rush, apparently. Okay. So 100% content means that once we get all our stuffs up, we're going to come and fight this. I don't know what kind of handicap it'll throw at us, but I do know this. Games tend to throw handicaps at us. Alright, so... it would appear that the crystal ball is not here either. Alright. Well, I was super expecting, like completely expecting Turtle Club that we were going to wind up going in and having all sorts of manner of just craziness for this. And here we are, not even 20 minutes entirely into the gameplay of the stream, and we've already bested what this had. So just to make sure we're not missing anything, we're going to go into Faerun. We're going to look for the crystal ball there. I don't think there's any mountains there. But, you know. Got some more heroic procrastination going on. We're just go right into the entrance, descend down to it, and hope for the best. Oh, you know what we did not do? In Lanariu, we didn't check for goddess cubes. And I can't think that there's anything else really in that zone that's going to be a huge kind of like obstacle to us getting everything. So let's go check it out. I can feel us turning the corner to like the end of the game. It's getting so close I can just taste it. Hope everyone's having a good Saturday today. I'm having a fabulous one. On our other channel, Convertible Turtle Unshelled, I do plan to get some other content up in a little bit. There's a game I've been playing a whole lot, and I really have an idea of some stuff to do on it, so I'm looking forward to it. I feel like I want to say this should be, for intents of scrying, I think this should be all the same thing. So I'm going to hit up the North Desert and scry and see if we get anything. Whoa, okay, the first thing we get is just rude. Alright. So, something over that direction. So, either there, or something over there. Okay, or in the Lanrio Caves himself. Alright. So something this way we go. Excuse you, bye. What? Alright, so their giant gullets they have is definitely not a good thing. Alright, so we have... This should be solid. Alright, so we're going to keep on trucking. Alright, and we want to go... Oh, hello. Let's make this a lot more friendly to us. We thought. 'Twas a good thought, but it was a wrong thought. Okay. We can get the monster piece here. Alright. And you, sir. Do. Well, far be it from us to ever get bombs out of bombs, apparently. Whoa, what is that? Is everybody here seeing that green dot? Alright. I'm very curious about a green dot. But first, we're gonna fill up our... What is the green dot? Like... I honestly don't remember anything about these green dots. Oh, that's stamina. Okay, it's a stamina flower. I'm thinking this is some sort of, like, neat thing that we've never seen before, and it's not. We're gonna stop at, like, 15 bombs. Alright, so... And go to our claw shots. Alright. Okay. So, still looking like we're here somewhere. Oh, hello. We go inside there. Interesting. And that looks like a whole lot of all of the soy bacon. It's like a little angry. Whatever these cactuses are built from, I seriously want to construct a house out of them. Wait, do what? So is this indicating it's above here, or... Okay. So, we're not going to play this game again. We are going to absolutely send our little thing up here. Alright, so that's clearly out of bounds. So, we feel confident coming through here. So the Lanryu Sand Sea is where it seems to indicate that this stuff is at. Spider Link does things like Spider-Man bit with chain links. Alright. Over that way. Well, ain't that a kick? But yeah, I was talking earlier, guys. There's a game that Digrat and I've been playing that we've mentioned a couple times now called Elder Scrolls Online. It's an MMO. It's actually pretty amusing. Different ways to play, and really, it's weird. I'm gonna point that out first and foremost. It is unlike any other MMO I've ever played, and I've played quite a few of them. The big thing is that from a casual play, it's a very forgiving game. Like, if you have no plans to be like a top player, there's a lot you can do. And then there's a lot of freedom. A lot of freedom. And it's on PlayStation, it's on PC. Alright. It's on Xbox. Digrat and I play on PlayStation, or on a PC. We don't play on the consoles. For a number of reasons. There are mods. Anything that has a mod, game-wise, in my opinion, you want to play whatever version has the mods available. Namely because mods will do things like make the game more replayable, they'll make the game easier to see. So there's a number of things that mods help do. In the case of ESO, it makes it a lot more user-friendly, a lot more convenient. For someone like myself who likes to do a lot of component building and adding back and forth, it helps me keep track of a lot of things. For somebody like Digrat, who's a completionist, it gives her a way to track all the stuff that she has, and that way she can start, getting the things that she doesn't have. Alright, that's right, we can't go through here, even though it seems to indicate that we should be able to. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff. I mean, there is an elite style of gameplay where you get to a point to where your choices are no longer yours, and that's kind of like not a glowing recommendation for any kind of game until you get into multiplayer stuff, and that tends to happen, right? That tends to happen, like happens on games like Fortnite, for instance. Right? There is a skin on Fortnite Battle Royale. I know a lot of our viewers play the game. I don't find it all that great, but some people do. And this particular skin made it to where you could basically be invisible. I mean, you were the coloration of your character was so dark that other characters or the players could not really find you. And so that kind of became a pay-to-win thing that they quickly got rid of. But, at that point, your choice wouldn't have been yours anymore. If you wanted to play in the game, that was the only way that you'd be able to do it. So it's there. It's top of that. Alright. I can't remember if we can actually... I don't think we can actually use this to travel up. I wish we could. And I don't think the claw shots do it either, do they? Nope, so we're going to have to fight our way through all this. So when you get to the top end of a lot of games, right, usually that'll happen. But in a lot of MMOs, even, there is a point where you get to, like, mid-game, and the game's like, oh, by the way, since you're not this particular species, or not this particular character, or any number of things... you're not going to be able to beat this content. And Elder Scrolls Online actually, quite interestingly enough, doesn't play that way. They believe in playing your own way. And for someone like myself, who doesn't have a whole lot of time, and doesn't have a set necessarily set schedule to be able to organize things, it's really helpful. It's really helpful. And for someone like Digrat, who, Digrat's lovely, but she likes to play with people that she knows, and she likes to play with people that she knows that are got a similar temperament to her, meaning that they realize that we're going to lose. We're not going to accomplish what we set out for. We are not perfect. And upon knowing that, what does MMO mean? Oh, Colin, a massively multiplayer online is what MMO means. Like Wizard 101 would be considered an MMO to a lot of people. A game like Destiny would be considered MMO. It generally has a way that you play for a while, and then you log off, and then when you log off, the game's still being played by hundreds, thousands, and in some cases millions of other players. And it usually indicates that when you go to play, you're always going to have someone to participate with. I don't see how I get to there from here. But I do know that we have to get there from here through this guy. The term used to be MMORPG because all those kind of games were role-playing games. But nowadays, you have games like Destiny, which are first-person shooters, Star Wars Galaxies Online, which is an RPG, but it's more like a different style of RPG than what you would usually think. There are some that would call things like Fortnite Save the World an MMO, and they wouldn't be incorrect. Did that get him? It didn't get him. Alright. Alright, this might get him, though. And we're running out of bombs. Did that finally get him all the way? Awesome. But basically what it usually means is that the whole point of the game, if you can call it a point, is to play with other people. And ESO actually eschews that. You don't have to play with other people. Which is kind of interesting. In fact, there is a large part of the game that's built to where you don't have to even... Oh! How did I miss that last time? Hey, Slacky Moo! Welcome, welcome! Got us a buffet stream going on today. Right now we're at 3 likes, and we got 6 viewers. And we have 1 actual sponsor. So if we were to call this 9 o'clock right now, those 6 and 3 would equal 9. Our sponsor would get a bonus minute because the first sponsor gives us a bonus minute. And the first sponsor also rounds up to the nearest 5. Which means we'd be at 15 bonus minutes right now, guys. So Turtle Club, we're off to a really good start on today's bonus time for the buffet stream. Looks like, as far as I can tell, we are all out of Goddess Cubes. Good morning, Sally! Bonus minute for Colin, 2 bonus minutes for Sally. Oh my gosh, guys, we are starting to round up and do some cool stuff. We are looking for the crystal ball here. Looks like that is also not here. Okay. So, I think if I just jump off, and yeah, that was not what the intent was apparently. All right, so we have to spider link our way back. But yeah, so there's a lot of cool stuff you can do in the game, and it's not just your standard gameplay stuff. There's crafting, there's trading, there's housing. Digrat and I kind of joked once that it was like adult Animal Crossing because it does have a lot of more complicated kind of stuff to it. But there's houses, and you can decorate the houses, and you have quests that you go and do things, and not all of them, you know, are the standard stuff. So it's been kind of fun. This morning, though, I managed to go through what I considered a particularly challenging place that's meant for 4 people to play through, and I actually went through with just my one and an AI-controlled companion that they've added to the game, and I managed to clear the place. It took a very long time. It wasn't an easy thing for a casual player like myself to accomplish. And I know a group of people could probably do it in like 20-25 minutes, but I managed it in 2 hours, and I felt pretty good about that. Alexander Morgan, good morning. Welcome to the stream. I wonder, I doubt that we're going to have this crystal ball inside the Thunderhead, but we're going to check everywhere, because we're still on heroic procrastination, right? In a little bit, we'll make our way to the Elden Volcano. Breath of the Wild is bad. Twilight Princess is bad to the bone. Alexu, welcome to the stream, man. Agree to disagree. I think Breath of the Wild is great for certain things. The open world, it was amazing. Once you get used to the repair mechanic, or the lack of repair mechanic, rather, for the weapons, it's not that bad either. But Twilight Princess really had some pretty cool stuff that it added. I would say that the story for Twilight Princess was a lot better than Breath of the Wild's. But I personally feel like the gameplay was a lot better for Breath of the Wild versus Twilight Princess. But that's mainly because I dislike motion controls. Honestly, if I could have taken out the arrow aiming controls in Breath of the Wild, I probably would have done that too. But welcome to the stream. Alright, here is a place for us to land on. And let's see. Oh! Oh! Really now? Okay. Did not see that coming. Yes, but those are just kind of like just horrible in general, like all around horrible. But it doesn't require you to use motion controls for a lot of the content. Like, you don't have to use it for the fighting, you don't have to use it for the weapons, you don't have to use it to be able to know how to do your skills. Alright, so if we are scrying or dowsing and it's telling us to go that way. Wait, are we on? Yeah, we're on the crystal ball. Interesting. So that's telling us to go to Elden Volcano. Not too keen on that, but we do have 2 goddess cubes that we unlocked, so let's go grab those. But yeah, those levels, I don't care for them at all. The shrines that are... And it's not so much... Let me rephrase. If you are using handheld mode, those actual levels aren't that bad because they basically are like the really inexpensive games that I grew up with as a child, that you get the labyrinth and the ball through the maze and that kind of thing. They're not bad if you're doing that. But if you are... if you're on Pro Controller, they're actually far worse to play. It's like they didn't even really tighten up the controls as much as they needed to. But as far as the shrines go, you don't even have to do the shrines. I mean, that's a big thing to keep in mind. Alright. We need a bank. Yes. We need to fly. And then come back around. And we need to get a little bit of altitude. Come around this way. Alright. There we are. You'll be in and out of chat? Alright, Sally. No worries. We'll be here. Oh. Oh, this is not good. Fee's an interesting part. It's funny because Fee's kind of like a nostalgic thing. If you think about all of the other fairies you've had, like Navi, and I can't remember the one from Majora's Mask for the life of me right now. But it's funny because they put them in this game as kind of like a way to help, but they tend to be honest, they tend to be fairly useless as far as the information they give. Yeah, you know, I did not care for Groose to start with, but Groose became amazing. I gotta admit, I'm glad I held out hope. Everyone kept telling me that Groose is going to be great, and I was like, oh my god, this guy is just such a complete and utter just not at work today, so you can watch the whole stream through. Oh, awesome. I don't know if there's a reason that I need to kill this thing. Like, on the one hand, I don't think it's required for me to accomplish anything. But on the other hand, like, my desire to do everything in the game is outweighed by my desire to apparently save myself. Oh my gosh. I can't turn around fast enough. Well, knowing I can stun it when it hits the wall is only helpful if I can do anything about it. This time the hunter becomes the hunted. Oh, Whiff. There we go. Hit the weak spot. Destroy the monster. Matt went to their cabin. Oh, that's cool. So you have to adjust your schedule a bit, but still, that's fun. You know, that's good for Matt. I'm sure the fresh air will be good for him too. Speaking of like outdoors and fresh air and all that amazing stuff, right? We had an amazing visitor come to our house yesterday, and I haven't gotten any of the screenshots out of the security camera yet, and I did manage to take a video, but it's a really bad quality video. But we actually had a it's like useful but not, huh? But yeah, we actually had a fawn, as best as I can tell. It did not strike me as a doe, but an actual fawn deer come into our yard and come into our neighbor's yard because, of course, we have this large hole in our fence. And if you were curious of how large the hole was, I can say with confidence now that it is large enough for a deer to walk through. So yeah, that's how big that is. I don't know, Alexu. I think that they borrowed from it, but I don't think they copy-pasted the whole thing. I think they've got some pieces of it, but I think they realize that this kind of world is very empty. So I think there's going to be a mix of a ground world and an above world, and it's not going to be anywhere near gated like this is. And that's my opinion from what I've seen. Oh, absolutely, Sally. It was pretty awesome. It was kind of funny, too. Our neighbor, she's got a green thumb and has been growing all sorts of herbs and vegetables in her garden. She's actually shared with us. She's unfortunately her spouse passed away, and we have been watching the house as she's been dealing with all that. And so we've been permitted to have at some of the things in her garden, and they're lettuce, I mean, all sorts of tasty stuff. But the deer kind of went through our fence to get to her garden, and she's actually planted some mint plants that apparently deer don't like, and the deer just sort of didn't care. Big tree. Oh, snowy owl. Oh, that's amazing, Slacky Moo. That's amazing. Yeah, it was unfortunate, Alexu. The gentleman was really awesome. He went by the name Ox, and the first actual deer I saw here was like the first night I met the guy. And we were just chatting in our driveway and talking about how the neighborhood was just really good, and he'd been here just for a little bit too. And then all of a sudden, two deer just kind of showed up. He pointed them out, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is, we realized that we were no longer in the big metro, because we are in the Atlanta area, but we're in the outskirts of the Atlanta area now. And if anything kind of proves that you're no longer in the city, it's when two giant deer, and I say giant, but I mean, I'm 6'4", 6'5", depending upon where I'm walking, and these deer come up to about my chin to possibly eye level as they run through, and they were probably like a good 140, 160 pound deer. And they just kind of went right through my front yard and just ran off. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's amazing. So it was kind of cool to see a deer come into his yard and kind of eat on the vegetation there. Alright, so we got yet another puzzle. Oh, this one's kind of easy though. Boom. Drop. Opening a chest, what's in the box? That would be really good if I used a lot of the potions in this game, I'm sure. Alright. So then, since we're here, we can triangulate. And that pretty much proves that this is going to be where that's at. Because we were here, it pointed there. We were there, it pointed there. So yeah, we have to go into Elden Volcano. Alright. So we know the crystal ball's not there. We know the crystal ball's not there. Because otherwise it would have pointed us to those directions. So we know this requires us to somehow be able to get to Beetle's Island at night. I don't know how that works yet. Small towns surrounded by nature, and sometimes you can hear coyotes. Oh, heard some people even encounter them. There is no coyotes that I'm aware of in this area. There has been some notices on what to do if they were to wander in the area. Thankfully, we haven't had anyone report any sightings. But there's been some sightings of armadillos. You know, convertible turtles like walking around here. And foxes. And some raccoons. I've not seen any foxes. I've not seen any raccoons yet. I have seen squirrels and chipmunks, though. We've taken to kind of throwing out some... I don't even know what you'd call it. It's like chipmunk chow and squirrel chow and raccoon chow. It's seeds and corn and peanuts and in a mixed blend for birds and whatnot. And we've been putting kind of like a pile out in the yard. We're looking to get a better feeder system for that, so some of the animals aren't as at risk as the others. But it's been really amazing around here. It's been nice. The vegetation, Digrat has gotten a lot of that underneath control. Though, Turtle Club, I gotta warn you, she's looking for a chainsaw, because there is a large, just gnarly group of vegetation growing in our front yard that it's organically grown that way. No one's kind of curtailed it or tried to curate it, but it's just a mass of plants. And some are not doing so well because they're being choked out, basically. Alright. So is there any, like, flood... Oh, yeah, we're flooding right into. Oh. Oh. This is not good. The volcano's erupting. This is... No. No, 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 no. Yeah, the copy pasta, I don't think so. I don't think so either, Colin. But you never know. You really can't tell. And, I mean, just from the trailers, you can't know for certain. Wild hogs and black panthers. I find that amazing in Alexandra. Oh. Oh, we have none of our items? Oh. What kind of noise is this? I don't think Breath of the Wild 2 is the end of Zelda. I don't think Nintendo is going to end a series. I have seen some people say that Breath of the Wild 2 is going to further unify the timelines, because there's been some question. Oh, is this one of our Moblin friends? Haha. Maybe. Yeah, it's all good, Colin. The treasure hunting guys are just... Are they my digging gloves? Tell me they're my digging gloves. Okay, awesome. That's going to make this a lot easier. Alright. No sword makes things really difficult, though. Legitimately not digging the flashbacks to every single stealth level that I've failed in this game. But we absolutely are going to sit here for a second and get all of our hearts. Because I know us, we are going to be completely useless without our hearts. Okay. Alright. Yeah, that's going exactly how we thought this was going to go. I will get that other pot. I will get this last pot. Oh, alright. Guess what? We can't use our sword now, Turtle Club. We have no sword. How about that? Outsmarted. Completely calculated. Can't take our sword away when we got none. No. What? Okay, Trolltendo, you win. This is like... I take back everything I said about the water dragon. Can we go back and find tadpoles again? Tadtones, come on. Come on. Nintendo. Alright. So there's bound to be... Alright. So that's nothing that we can do right now. Here you go, Mag. Here is like this completely hardest place that you've had to traverse in the game with an erupting volcano. And now it's a stealth mission and you get nothing. You stole fizzy lifting drinks. You dirtied the testing room. You get nothing. I said good day, sir. So, the good news is that basically the game has prepared you for this encounter because of, like, all of the dark realms that you've had to do, right? Oh, okay. So I can now see what kind of useless stuff I can grab. And we can at least mark these treasure chests on our map. Bombs are going to be useful. That's about it. You're far too kind, Platts. Far too kind. Doesn't want any of my stuff. Found this part confusing to find your way through. Not overly difficult. I don't suspect it's going to be hard per se. I really view this less hard and more frustrating. Because it's basically built like a stealth maze, and as we've seen on this channel in many times. Ouch. Stealth and I are not the best friends. And unfortunately, I do not have Rivali's Gale to bail me out this time. Alright. So he is going to saunter up there. Is this a dig hole? Nope. Oh, no. Come on. Really now. So we can do this though. That'll blow all those. And then we wait for it to grow back. And we do that, and hopefully it blows those too. Alright. That... I doubt it blows that last rock. Nope. Okay, so what we have to do is we gotta go this way and do that with it. Lots of like 4D puzzle solving, basically. Huh. What I find interesting is, I guess it's because the volcano's erupting, that they just don't... They don't have any problem with all the ground shaking that's going on. Alright, so where am I? I am there, and my claw shots are around here somewhere. If I had to guess... I would be, like, completely incorrect, apparently. Well, now, ain't that horrifying. Alright. Okay. Aha! Alright. So that's what's going on. Oh, this does not look good. This looks like we're going to be like right at the edge of a watchtower. Because that's exactly where that is. Alright. So we got some GGs because we got one item back. And it's the Gust Bellows. Alright. Not where we thought we were. That's fine. It's not. Oh my gosh. Okay. But the Gust Bellows can cool this down. Alright. Like, the most interesting item and yet my least favorite item in this game is the Gust Bellows. So me getting that makes me less than well, now, you horrible people. Okay. I'm seriously having flashbacks to the Yiga clan hideout. And I really miss my Rivali's Gale. So I think if I go over here like this... Then go over here and then dig our way. Awesome. Still not my favorite mode in this whole game at all. I do like how it adds layers to the game. Rivali's Gale is now ready. Absolutely. Or Boss's Fury. Either of those would be great. I'd like to see the Bokoblins take that away from me, right? Let's just see you take away like a spiritual power. Come on now. Alright. Oh, if Hetsu could see us now, we're getting some stuffs. Alright. So we can pick that one up. I guess we have more than just these rooms to go through, too. Oh my goodness. You know it's going to be super rough. I didn't even think about it till just now. But I'm just thinking Turtle Club, you know, thinking aloud, because I can do that. Ouch. But, like, if I were to leave this zone, I'd still not have my items. And that's extremely rude. Extremely rude. So... no for now? Let's see what this gets us. Is that a spot? It looks like a spot, but it's not really a spot. What do I think is the best Zelda item? Okay, so that's a really cool question, Colin. So here's the thing. There's not really a best Zelda item. I would say even the sword, the Master Sword, not the best Zelda item. I think it all really boils down to a couple of things. You have to kind of qualify what do you mean by best, like best weapon, best like tool, you know, those kind of things. They all mean something, and it's really kind of tough without going, oh, we're looking for the best weapon, to say things. And it also depends on the game, because certain weapons are way different in their other games. Alright. So if I claw should go... Alright. I can get over there. Oh wow, they're gonna do like that. Okay. So like... there are definitely some things that are better. Let's make sure that we're not getting our words minced there, right? Certain things are definitely better than others. Is a bow or slingshot a weapon or tool or both? I would say that they're both weapons. And it really depends on the game as to how one's better than the other. Like, well, it would appear that the whole point of this is to get over there, and then to ride the lava flow, so let's do that. So, like, if we were to talk Ocarina of Time, for instance, the Slingshot has a myriad of uses. And the bow has an equal number of type of uses. And they both have like different benefits. Alright. I'm going to try to get this. If I can do this. Like now. Here we go. See where this leads us to. What horrible, horrible place this takes us into. And this is actually not so bad. Okay. I want to point out, Turtle Club, that they frisked me, right? They took all my stuff around off of me. Good. Ha. Entertaining. But yeah, so like in this game, I think that the bow is extremely useful for long range enemies and enemies that have specific weak points. I think the scatter shot, slingshot, has an equal benefit in the fact that it scatters everything, and if you're not good at aiming, or if you really have to hit a lot of things at once, it's better, but it doesn't pack the punch. So those are two very differing things. And they didn't take any of my income either. Like I think like the minions of evil have like fallen asleep at the wheel at this point. Well, I was hoping for anything here. And it took, oh my gosh. Like they took everything. Like I wonder if I were to go to the coat check girl if she would let me take things. I don't think so. What is the best tool and weapon? Like a combination. Okay. So what's the best tool and weapon? Like if you could only pick one? Or if you could choose two. Okay. So if I could choose two... Well, I have to go with... First and foremost, I have to go with the hook shot from Legend of Zelda A Link to the Past / Link's Awakening. Because that is a tool and a weapon. It gets you places, it takes you places, it can stun certain enemies, and it can outright damage and destroy other ones. So with that in mind, that is a super superior combination item. Stealthy, 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 stealthy. What? Okay. Whoa! What the bananas is that? How is that even fair? Like, okay, if I were to get a bomb somehow, I could like, okay, we gotta go down here. I could maybe blow the tower. But yeah, I would have to say that's... So, if we were going for weapon, so let's call that a weapon. Let's call the hook shot from that game a weapon. Because it clearly, especially when I'm playing the game, I wield it exactly as one would wield a weapon. I use it to damage enemies. I use it to clear aggressive obstacles. Oh, there we go. So we'll call that a weapon. So if we got to go for tool afterwards, I would say probably rock flower, rock feather, because it is also. Man, that's difficult. That's difficult because the rock feather lets you get some places that you wouldn't be able to get otherwise. But on the same token, if you go from rock feather to say like the Azorius scale, that lets you get to other places that you wouldn't be able to get to otherwise. So I can get over there now. I do kind of like the fact that this is a callback to all the items that you've unlocked. That kind of makes me feel a little warm and fuzzy. Let's go with that. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy because you get to basically go through and use some of the items that you've not been able to really use in the game. Things that really aren't the best items. Like, if I were to say, like, Mag, what's the worst item in this game? The whip. I have not found, other than the obvious puzzles that force you to use the whip for the sake of using the whip, I have not found a single reason for me to actually enjoy using the whip. And it just doesn't, it's not my cup of tea, it's not my kind of weapon, and it's unfortunate because clearly there's been some really good design around it. Let's see. And we're about to, oh, wow. Okay, so that's rather... On the one hand, kudos to Nintendo for, like, removing the possible places that I could get stuck trying to figure out what stuff is going on at. On the other hand, they're kind of stifling my exploration. Now, I don't have a sailcloth right now, do I? Oh, I do. So let's review. They take away everything except for my sailcloth, my earrings that reduce damage. Like, exactly what do these guys hope to accomplish here? So there's the slingshot, there's the bombs. Back over there is... Wait, did we already get that? Yeah, we already got that. Okay. Yeah, Rock's Feather and not Claw Shot. Nah. This is not that I speak of. I speak of the Hook Shot from the Legend of Zelda 3. A Link to the Past. That weapon is extremely amazing for what it does. The hook shot, this claw shot stuff, this is not my hook shot. This is not anywhere near what I was wanting it to be. It's got some cool things, don't get me wrong. The fact that I can hook on two things at once, okay, that's fine. That's not exactly what I'd call a deal breaker. Can I clear that? I can. Okay. But no, it is not the weapon that I want it to be. Not even close. All right. If I go in here, okay, I don't take any damage because they still kept my sacred items with me. We are going to need Yeah. But yeah, Rock's Feather, the ability to jump is just amazing. It lets you do so much more in this game. What is the difference between those two? Okay, so check this out. Number one, I have the claw shot out, and I cannot activate on enemies, but I can actually take out the bats. So that's the first thing. That will work with claw shot. Now, what you won't be able to do with claw shot is take out the goblins. Can't. They basically shrug it off. They get stunned. In hook shot, though, you can absolutely shoot goblins with it, and it will knock them silly. Alright, so that is a room that we can go into. But it looks like my slingshot's this way. So the hook shot works a lot like the claw shot. So let's start with that. It is very similar, but it does more damage. It hurts more enemies, and to be honest, it really just feels like it fires out faster. That's becoming a problem. There we go. So I'm going to guess, yeah, that doesn't quite go far enough. So we're going to have to do this. Nope. Okay, so even more. So we're going to have to go... we have no bomb bag, so we can't put that in our bomb bag. Okay. So we're going to have to grab this, come over here, jump across, throw the bomb, come back, jump across, and then blow the tower. And then, poof! Makes sense you would choose hook shot. Yeah, if you don't have a sword or any other weapon that deals damage, having a ranged weapon that deals damage and can stun some of the bigger enemies, super important. So there's some other problems, right? Because Slingshot, we can use it to stun patrols. Oh, okay. Well, that makes life a little bit easier. So if we were to ride this all the way down, it would take us all the way there, and then we would basically be walking all the way back up anyways. So there's some things, you know, that are... No, that is not the weapon I'm trying to use. Oh my gosh. So, you know, so there are some problems with that as well, though, right? Because ultimately, from a traditional standpoint, especially in the original Legend of Zelda game, you have to defeat Ganon using arrows of silver arrows, which eventually get retconned into arrows of light. Oh, that's funny. It's a lot of useless seeds for us to get. Okay. So there's a chest over that way. So it appears we have a lot of stuff to do to get our bombs, and we're going to have to use our scatter shot and slingshot for it. So we wait for him to look to the left, and we come over here and go splat. And then we run through and we come over here. And then we run through and we come over here. Come through. And we come over here. We're here, bro. Dig underneath the ground. Alright, and we have more bomb play. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, as far as like a tool and a weapon goes, if you had to pick one, and that's all you could have of both, basically I would pick the two that will do the most damage and get me the furthest away from all of this, because you're not going to be able to defeat Ganon, because you won't have the two things required weapon-wise to seal the darkness. You have to have the Master Sword, and you have to have the arrows. Now, if you have the bow, that still puts you in a hard spot, because you still have to have arrows. Hey. Oh, here we go. Also, there you go. Excuse you. That was just way too well timed. Alright. Can I hook it all the way in there? Now there is some things to be said about the ocarina from Ocarina of Time being a really good call, I would say. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer necessarily. I think there are some. I think there are some questions that are better than others. But I don't think there's necessarily any right or wrong answer. Okay, so what was the point of that? Like, for real, for real. Huh. Oh, okay. So now that I have bombs, now we just basically go around blowing all these guys up. Hello. Eat the bomb. Thank you. Whoa. Okay, about to say, dude, that's not part of a healthy diet. Thank you. Alright, so let's see where we're at with all that. Save. 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 We had fun blowing things up, but we have to go restock our bomb supply, which is... oh, another place to dig. I do not like the fact that there's water here. Water is only added because one of two reasons. Someone wanted to make things look pretty. Oh, this is why that was blow upable. So you come over here and go down here. And then it says, alright, I got it. Or it's because you will have to have water. Oh my goodness. Okay. See, look how useless this claw shot is. Can't even get us a crystal ball. That's another thing about the hook shot. The hook shot would bring items back to you, and the claw shot does not do that. Alright, so I know what that item is. I can tell you exactly what that item is. That is the crystal ball that we're supposed to be getting for the guy. So if I run here and then like do this, does it come down? Hopefully not, because it would shatter then. Can we douse? We can look. We can't douse because dousing is something our sword does. Alright. That's unfortunate. Okay. Hop, skip, jump, hop. This is not a room that we've been in before yet. Okay. Alright, so this is a room we can get bombs from, apparently. Oh, and a fairy. Had we, like, bottle. And another one of these. Just a reminder, Turtle Club, it is a buffet today. And we are currently at 2 sponsors have popped up here. Nope. So at 9 o'clock, we're going to take the views, the likes, the number of sponsors. We're going to do some math. We're going to see if we've gained any subscribers today. And we're going to do all of the math to see exactly how many bonus minutes we get. We've been streaming for an hour and almost 40 minutes. So we got just a little over 20 before that happens. You're still here, Sally? Awesome, awesome. Getting all that bonus time for being here. We had Sally and Colin both. They're going to add 3 bonus minutes for being here, plus a rounding up to the nearest 5. So that is just all sorts of amazing there. That's the seeds, which replenish themselves. That's good to know. Oh, speaking of replenishing themselves, these guys also replenish themselves. Okay. But how did we get here? We got here through this bridge, didn't we? And see, like, the hook shot goes a little faster than the claw shot, so you don't have to line up as bad with it. And because of that, keys don't tend to dodge as well. And it's just a way to conserve ammo. That's the other thing that makes the claw shot really good and the hook shot really good, is it's a non-ammo using weapon. So we can go in here. Oh. Okay. Well, cue the Mario Brothers music. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, well, that's not good. Okay. You're thinking one of the games you can lock. Yes, yes. You can, in Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, you can actually lock to both those enemies while using the hookshot. And it's just beautiful. I mean, it really, really makes it to where the boomerang's not really all that important anymore. Bow and arrow is not really that important anymore. There is a selection, like a very minor selection of enemies that you have to use the weapons for still. But it's not 100% you must, right? You have so much more creativity at your fingertips at that point. But yeah, good point, Alexandra. It basically, the whole game says, yes, this is a weapon, and you shall use it so. Alright. So we made it past the first place, and now we're in the second place. I'm sure there's going to be more treasures here. Turtle Club? I do not trust that. I do not trust this. So, I was completely not sure if this was actually my sword. It looks like my sword. It works like my sword. But, again, this just goes into the ineptitude of the enemies here. Oh, no, 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 no. So we can't throw it all the way up. So it's going to be the way out. Clearly, it's got to be the way out. And I'm just going to pepper those guys with bombs because it's exactly what they get. Oh, no, no, no. Yes. Yes, absolutely. In Majora's Mask, having the mask abilities are in... They are just... They are so much, like... One of the best, like, game mechanics. Oh no. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to go back this way. Did we get it? We got the goddess cube. Okay. I guess we should sort of look around to see if there's any more of those, right? Okay, well, that definitely makes my sadness increase. So we have 1. We have 2. Okay. That's cool. No, it's not. But it's going to have to be for now. Alright. Across the way, over the river, through the woods. Into the volcano we go. Of course, all the bokoblins know the way. Well, that sort of helps us. But that doesn't. Oh my gosh. So we need the beetle. Because once again, the hookshot doesn't do what we want it to do. Alright. Hey, it's our water plants. Nope. But yeah, Majora's Mask definitely, the gameplay was more puzzle-oriented too at times. What? That should be better. Alright. Now I have a sword. I don't know if these guys finding me are a huge problem anymore. Adventure pouch. The rest of your items are here too. What? Oh, that's bananas. Okay. Like... did the developers at one point go, okay, we're tired. We're tired of you having to go find all your weapons. We really don't want to have to program, like, every single thing in your adventure pouch. Here. We're sorry. Have your beetle back. We'll never do it again, we promise. Alright. Oh, super lazy at this point. It's like, oh. Okay. Alright, that's not too bad. Oh no, this is actually rather bad at the moment. It's gonna hurt. Oh, it did it. Okay, interesting. Not having a crouch ability in this Zelda 2 is interesting. Oh, Turtle Club. 10 more minutes until we start that bonus clock. Alright. I believe I got set on fire. Alright. Highway to the Beetle Zone. I'll take you right into Beetle Zone. Do 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 do. We should be getting close to the dragon by the time we get to our bonus time. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to that. Oh, dragon. Are we there, basically? Like, if I was a horrifying dragon that was made of lava and fire and everything that was spicy, I feel like I'd be here. Yeah. This is... This is pretty interesting. The first dragon that's like, oh, you've got a special marking on your hand. What kind of music are you listening to? Wow, just right to it. Let me sing you the song of my people. Things are now clearing up. Okay, cool. Put me outside the gate. Awesome. I have my hook shot now. Well, Fee, that's all fine and dandy, but what I actually want to do is this. Well, that's rather rude. Look at this. Look at this. We weren't allowed to access that while we were in the other realm. What, the bananas? Okay. That's fine if you want to be that way. Some even hold a piece of heart. Well, that's why we're doing all the goddess cubes, because we're doing a 100% playthrough. Yes, call down the robot. Unleash the body bot. So, Colin, in case you're asking me what kind of music am I listening to, there is there's all sorts of manner of music that I'll listen to. So there is what I consider to be musical extremes. And that's where I draw the line. Like, rap's great, country music is great, metal is great, polka, there's actually some really good polka out there. And I'll listen to all of it, but there is a point to those musics where they become less of about a music and more about a genre. And not so much even that, but more of a parodization of the drama itself. Like someone takes, like the metal music, there's a genre called death metal. A lot of that's actually really good as well. But there's a point to where it's no longer music, but it's more noise. Now, like Unleash the Archers, oh my god. That is a sound unto itself. Really amazing talent with that whole entire group. And that's definitely one of those, real heavy kind of metal groups that you can hear, and the melodies there, and the guitar is there, and they shred, and it's just amazing. But there's some other groups, I can't even name you the names because they matter that little to me, where it's like, okay, you've played this music, it's basically not music, but it's loud noise, and then you have a indecipherable lyricist who is just trying to scream past it. Now, if that's your kind of cup of tea for music, listen to it, have fun with it, but it's not for me. There is a portion in country music where the lyrics basically, it's a common trope in comedy that if there is a very unfortunate situation befallen the main person in the country music song, that's real country. And honestly, I don't get it. I don't. And then there's, the real... there's rap that has strayed so far away from the hip-hop roots that it's just about spreading a poor message. Yeah, exactly. If they're doing it, say they're this kind of artist, if they're in it for the money, or if they, tell your story. Absolutely. If you are writing the music, if you're singing the music, even if it's not your song, there's still a story to be had. And there's a number of music songs out there that can go that route. And I am of the opinion, number one, I'm lost. Is that our Thrill Digger? Yeah, we know about Thrill Digger. That's what I need to do. I need to go and scry. Okay, we need to go this way. Over here somewhere is a Goddess Cube. And there's, but when it comes to music, I listen to all kinds of stuff. Like, I have, one of the artists that I've been listening to a lot of lately is The Who. They're a Mongolian band, really great stuff. There's an artist named Patty Gurdy. She is German, and she plays the hurdy-gurdy. It's a Irish instrument that's very similar in tone quality to bagpipes, but it's actually a stringed instrument with keys, similar to like a keytar almost. Then out the numbers. Chop you, chop you, chop you. Who else have I been listening to? Motorhead, I've been listening to. There's a guy named, I don't know his name because I just fell in love with their channel recently. But there's one called The Funk Warrior, and he does really great bass lines in a funk kind of tone on a lot of music. So let's go. So it's down that way. So let's see what we can get to over here. But yeah, all kinds of music. I just love music is really what it boils down to. Netherlands. Yeah. There's a story to be told, but it's not really maybe the story that needs to be spread. So I get it. So from the Netherlands, Leo from Frog Studios. I think he's Netherlands, if I remember right. His music's great. His actual metal takes on many different songs are surprising. The melodies. Got talking to music. It is time to stop for a second. The stream's over, guys. But wait, there's more. We happen to have a bonus timer. So let's go ahead and see where we're at for bonus timers. We have 6 viewers right now. 7. We have 3 likes. So that right there on its own, 10 minutes straight up. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over here and we're going to look at how many viewers we're at. We're at 2108. We're still at 2108 for our total subs. That's perfectly fine. No growth sometimes is just great to be holding steady. Metalcore. Like, there's a lot of core music these days, but I'm going to total this up so we don't get sidetracked real quick. Colin, you came in. You get a bonus minute for coming in because you're our sponsor. Thank you for that. Second sponsor, Sally, comes in. 2 bonus minutes because she's a sponsor as well, and she's the second sponsor. Because Colin came in because we had a sponsor show up, we also round up to the nearest 5. So 10 plus 3, round up, 15 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and do this real quick, change our timer, and going to 9:15 here at Turtle Club. Awesome. We have 15 more minutes to explore this volcano and try to get to these things here. But yeah, so a lot of music has taken itself to calling itself core. And just to get on my... Whoa, that is definitely not where we want to be going. Okay. So it's somewhere in this happy fun time place. Okay. So there's like, nightcore, daycore, bardcore, metalcore, techcore. There's all these, and I get it. And I really want to for lack of a better term, I really want to lay the blame on 2 things. Number one, at some point, somebody decided that the music that basically indicates that it is the extreme of the genre, be it country, be it metal, be it rap, those are hardcore, meaning that they have gone to the core of the music and it's just a hard stop. This is what it is. Love it, leave it, no excuses for it. And okay, so that's where we get core from, kinda. The other person that I kind of blame the core revolution, for lack of a better term, is Nightcore. For those that aren't familiar with Nightcore, Kyo, Hoyin Kiyoma, one of our actual sponsors and one of our actual really cool mods on our Untitled channel, they listen to a lot of Nightcore. And I took it upon myself to hear it. And now Nightcore does some cool stuff. I think the coolest thing that Nightcore does is Nightcore exposes a lot of people to songs that they wouldn't have listened to otherwise. And what I mean by that is, at the end of the day, as talented and artistic as they try to come across, they are taking other people's songs, speeding them up a little bit so they get past the YouTube copyright, and then playing the music with some auto-tune. There is actually a opposing channel called Daycore, which is the exact same thing, but instead of sped up, they slow it down. And people basically took that to mean that if you add core to music, it makes the music better, I guess. And I don't know if I can go that far. Alright, so... Wait. Whoa. Hello. So we go up this way. And so, like, metalcore, rapcore, countrycore, techcore, all these cores, I'm left asking myself, what really makes it core? See, drum parts, yeah, see, I like that kind of stuff. I gotta say, the real nice, pleasant thing that's come out of the metal scene in probably the last, I'd say, Hellstorm Lindsay Hell probably was the start of the revolution as far as mainstream goes, where you have these really impressive lead female vocalists who basically classically trained, but could put out these tones that were insane, and these uptimes that are just completely like, are you kidding me, with that voice. And I gotta say that's been really kind of cool. Where does it go? So, alright, so interesting. So maybe we come around. Wow. Alright. Well, the lightning dragon gave us some cool stuff for coming back. What's the fire dragon going to do? Volcano. Water dragon. A legendary shield. Alright, okay. So the Hylian shield must come from the Thunder Dragon's little thing. Okay. Yeah, there are some that get that really what's the best way to describe the vocal quality? It's like a throaty quality. And I've listened to quite a few. But yeah, it's been interesting how music has just kind of evolved. And I love the fact that the internet in and of itself is basically what we have to thank for a lot of new music out there. I am one of those odd people. I enjoy the genre known as hip hop. Big and Rich. Some of their music's great, some of their music's not so great. But the genre is interesting. It's got an interesting cadence to it. It's basically a more melodic hip hop. Instead of being percussive, it's more about the melody and the harmony in it. And so that's pretty cool. Another one that I've really kind of enjoyed as kind of a meme to start with, right? But a bit better afterwards was Bardcore. And it's funny, and it's interesting to hear. But I think it's one of those that there's not been really a Bardcore song that I've gone, oh, I'm going to put this on a playlist and listen to this on over and over again. There's not been one of those yet. Oh, hello. This is one I haven't been able to figure out, I think. Does it point back to there? It points back to there, okay. So first things first, I gotta figure out how we get over to that. Is it as simple as just running out the window? Oh my goodness, Turtle Club. Oh my goodness. I spent... Oh my gosh. I can't even. I really can't at this point. Oh, I have to fight a Ryu on top of this? Oh, well there we go. To our death. Wait, I don't have my shield? What, the bananas? Oh. Let's equip our shield. Oh my gosh, okay. During the original stream for this dungeon, I spent like so long trying to figure it out in here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Tap. I think I rolled my eyes so hard that I pulled my eyebrows. Oh my goodness. Alright. Oh, hello. For getting all the way over here and realizing that you could, like, climb up a window. Here's some rupees. Here's some other things you can dig up. Stop in the name of the link. Alright. So that's a digging burrow. I don't think we need to worry about digging burrows. I think we're all good there. Alright. This is a eagle statue somewhere around here, right? I thought wrong. No, there's one here. Okay. I bring it up because I know we have some time left, but we have 4 minutes. So we're going to save. Because we haven't saved in a bit, and it's always good to save. But yeah, so, oh, I was talking about some cool stuff going on tonight. So, it's Saturday, right? It's date night for me and Digrat. We spend some time enjoying each other's company. Tonight, we're actually going to be playing a board game called Gloomhaven. And it's one that I've seen some reviews on. I've actually heard a lot of great friends of mine have played it. And they jokingly refer to it as a real board game. When compared to board games like Hasbro, Parker Brothers, and other companies that are more about, let's see, is there, alright, so they say I gotta go back that way, alright. So it's one that Digrat and I, we've been looking for a cooperative board game, and we think this is going to be a really good thing for us. Because one thing I will point out, I love Digrat, Digrat loves me, we both love to game. And we get competitive, people. Turtle Club competition does get fierce. Grab her into a bottle. And save. And so, playing, you know, cooperative games, a lot better than playing non-cooperative games when you're playing with somebody you care about, someone that you love enjoying the company with. Oh, that was just bad. Because eventually, no matter what the game is, one person is going to be better than the other person. And in some cases, it's going to be overwhelmingly so. Alright, so let's... Alright. So it says... Oh, 1 minute timer. So, the best thing to do in that case, especially if you're in a situation where you are with somebody you appreciate the company of, and you don't want to have one of those situations come across, is having a game where the winner and the loser is decided A little bit better by luck and less than skill can go a long way. It can go an incredibly long way to trying to help divide that up. Alright, we're going to go through this tunnel. Our timer just went off. It says... It says that it's through there. But when we go through here... Oh, now it's saying it's this way. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Well, let's go across here, go across here. Across to here. Just wait for this to wear off. Huh. Wait. Is there two of them? There is two of them, Turtle Club. Oh my goodness. Alright. So that explains a little bit. That explains why my brain's going, where do we go? Alright, so we are looking for the bird statue, which is right here. We're going to save. We thought we were coming up to the Goddess Cube, but we will be doing some more God Cube counting on the Wednesday stream for Skyward Sword's 100%. And that's 100% playthrough. Oh, let's just pause the game here. I might have a good night. I'm going to have myself a good date night with Digrat as well. All you out there, it's Saturday. Have a good weekend. You know, a good weekend is just a great way to start your week, in my opinion, or a great way to end your week. Have a good breakfast, a good lunch, a good dinner. For all those who came here to sponsor us, thank you for coming in. Colin and Sally, really appreciate it. Lurk Squad, I don't know who you are, but I got an idea. Thank you for lurking as well. You lurking in here helped increase the time for the stream today. Slacky Moo, Alexander Morgan, Alexu97, popping in, keeping us company as well. Always welcome. Always happy to have people coming in. But yeah, Turtle Club, it's been a really good day. I'm gonna have myself a good night. You all have a good breakfast, a good lunch, a good dinner. Whatever you're about to do, Turtle Club, stay safe, wash your hands, and have a good one. Thanks for watching.